it's very easy to schedule so many things, and as I said, don't get distracted and overschedule that you don't even have time to answer your emails, to text people back, to communicate with someone, to be there for your kids. You gotta schedule those times so you have enough time to catch up throughout the day, because that's how you get overwhelmed. You schedule so many things, and then now I have not even time to even talk to my kids. Hello everyone, this is Inspired Tuesday number 122. Because our team at Icon Dental Center believes that starting the day motivated and inspired sets up the rest of the day for success. We bring quotes to our morning huddles, and it has been so positive to our team that we decided to share it with you and hope to motivate and inspire you as well. Today the topic is overcome overwhelm. So we all can overschedule our days. And for all of us, there's only 24 hours a day to get things done. And with our busy schedule, and we keep adding to the schedule, it's very easy to become overwhelmed. So I have in here 3 tips to help our team and you to overcome overwhelm. I'll talk about 2 tips, bring 1 quote, and then 1 more tip. Enjoy. Tip number 1 is be laser focused. Even for us that have this to-do list to attack in the day, we are focused, we still can get a lot of other things to distract us, like emails come in, text messages that were not planned, with all these things that we already have to do. So what I try to do is literally stay focused, because, so what I tell with my team is if you really need me and it's an emergency, you're gonna have to contact me or be in a text. Because if it's all emails or things that are not so important for me to answer right now, because what I do is that when I go and answer emails, I attack all emails at once so I can get it all done. Because if I stay all day getting distracted with this and that things are not prioritized, then it's very hard to accomplish the task that I need to do. So if you have 5 things that you need to do before lunch, I try to get done those 5 things and try to kind of eliminate distractions. And this is not only at work, that works in anywhere in your life. I'll give an example. The days that I need to clean a house, if I give myself, or even cook, I have 1 hour, 2 hours to cook. During that time, I'm not gonna be answering emails or answering phone calls, if it's to get distracted. Unless it's really important, then you have to, right? But I try to do it and get over it so I can get it done. So this 1 hour cooking, that doesn't end up becoming 3 hours because then it gets us overwhelmed. Oh my God, now I'm behind and I don't know how to catch up. Same thing in the gym. If I go to the gym, I don't want to be distracted. I have only this many minutes that I do gym when I go. So I try to avoid getting distracted unless it's and every time that I miss and I end up getting distracted, I end up regretting because I cannot finish the things that I need to finish, and that's how you end up becoming overwhelmed. So be laser focused. Try to, eliminate distraction. That's the one great way to overcome overwhelm. Tip number 1. Tip number 2 is give yourself buffer time. So it's very easy to schedule so many things, and as I said, don't get distracted and overschedule that you don't even have time to answer your emails, to text people back, to communicate with someone, to be there for your kids. You gotta schedule those times so you have enough time to catch up throughout the day, because that's how you get overwhelmed. You schedule so many things, and then now I have not even time to even talk to my kids. It's very easy to get there, even for very busy people, and all of us, even that we don't answer. I believe that I'd rather get done on my things and not get distracted, because when I sit down to answer, then at least I'm doing only that, right? So I have time to do it, and it's in everything. So what I try to do is that sometimes a half an hour staying extra at work, I can answer all the things I have to do. Or before I sleep, I know what time I sleep. 1 hour before, I'm trying to wind down and finalizing everything, planning my next day. It's very important to have that catch-up time. Same things even at work. Sometimes the schedule, when it gets overwhelming, is because it's boom, boom, boom. There's no time for, what if you want to sterilize something? What if something happens? It's okay to give a little buffer time so no one gets overwhelmed. That's what I say all the time, and it really works. When everyone have buffer time, there's no overwhelming. This is literally a great tip for you to schedule time for the miscellaneous, the things that happen throughout your day, Don't book it so tight that you don't have the extra time to catch up. So don't get distracted by, put in there in your schedule a little time to catch up. That's a great tip to not get overwhelmed. Tip number 2. A quote by Phoebe Snow. Sometimes when you're overwhelmed by a situation, when you're in the darkest of darkness, that's when your priorities are reordered. Tip number 3 is have emotional control. Okay, this is a really hard one in here to talk. And, all of us work on this all the time, including myself. It's really hard. But what I see is most of the time, people that become overwhelmed is because they tend to panic into harder situations. If you can check in with yourself and, keep the drama down and the panic down, you won't believe how much this is going to be helpful for you to not get overwhelmed. In your leadership skills, we really encourage leadership at work. In anywhere, your leadership, your parenting skill is going to get so much better if you can control your emotions. Is that easy? No. One thing that I find it very helpful for me to be able to control, I try to check in, why am I feeling like this right now? What is it that I have this anxiety, I'm so antsy, what is it? And if I find this out, then what I use to calm this down and less panic is perspective. Things can always be worse. Honestly, it's this gratitude thing that, if you're okay, well, at least nobody's dying right now. It's things that can be controlled. Yes, it's a bad, but let's keep this calm. It can be way worse. Everything can be way worse. And I put things into perspective, and it tends to help, control the emotion. Think like this all the time. Check in with yourself. Why am I feeling like this? Where's my emotion? Calm down, because the way you can tackle and finish your day is so much easier if you control your emotion, if you use perspective. One other thing that really helped, that I keep saying, I know there's so many tips in here, but this is including in this, doing the things you like. That really, even though it's very hard, maybe to do dentistry or to run a business, but because I love it, that makes my emotion be way better. Because, I know this is how it is, and I love doing it, so it helps a lot. But perspective, for all of you, if you can use it in any situation to control your emotion, this is the key for you to not become overwhelmed. So I hope you guys like the topic and the quote today, and I'd love to hear from you. What, do you feel overwhelmed easily? And if you do, what do you do about it? Leave me a comment below and we can connect. I've been getting a lot of DMs when I get, this is even this topic is DM, and even after the topic, I get the DM to discuss, people telling me about how they feel and things like that. And I hope it's been helpful. Whatever I learned with my own experience, that's what I try to pass on. I love to add value, and I'm loving your DMs. Thank you so much for connecting and being part of this community. And if you haven't done yet, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channels and like our pages on Facebook and Instagram at Icon Dental Center for more Inspired Tuesdays. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.